Hi guys, welcome back to the Extended Pentagon Challenge. This is episode 35. We are pretty much at the end of the season, a few games to go in the league, pretty much all said and done on that front, as you might expect from last time round. Let's get straight into the fixtures actually, and last I left you off, we just played Dijon in a ludicrously scheduled game whereby actually there were a lot of players away on international duty. We ended up losing 3-1. We then the cup semi-final against Gyeongnam, expected to win, and we duly obliged, a 3-0 win. Ko Jae-young, Cho Young-ki own goal, and Kim Jong-hoi getting the 3 goals as we defeated Gyeongnam to reach the final. We went back to the AFC Champions League in the quarter-final, and we played Sydney FC in a nice 2-0 win at home to start things off. Dusan Kanaki and Lee Sang-kyung-yuk getting the goals very early to give us a 2-0 lead, and then we just sat back and made sure we didn't concede. So 2-0, a nice win as we cemented our position in that quarter-final. Next up was Suwon, and a really disappointing game actually. We never really turned up against Suwon. We had a lot of possession, a lot of shots, but really one of the most disappointing results of this season. 3-0 loss. Michael Hess getting all 3 goals, and not very good on our front. We bounced back against Seoul with a 4-2 win. Kim Jong-hoi, Dusan Kanaki with 2, and Sandro getting the goals all before half-time. Ji Dong-won and Isu Perez getting goals for Seoul in a nice 4-2 win for us as we continued that form. Or rather, replacing that form that we just the game before when we lost to Suwon. Away to Sydney FC in the second leg of the quarter-final of the Champions League. 4-1 win. Dusan Kanaki, Luis Barreto and Sandro with 2 goals, putting us 4-0 up. Park Young Den did score their own goal, rather unfortunately. But a 6-1 win on aggregate as we went through to the next round, where we would play Qatar Sports Club. The next fixture was actually quite important. If we won, we were champions. Really early on in the campaign, this was only like 2, maybe 4 or 5 fixtures into the actual second phase, and we won 3-0. Ko Jae-young, Cha In-ho, and Dusan Kanaki gave us the win. Made us champions for the 4th time in a row. Andres Salazar's 3rd title in a row with Ulsan, and a fantastic performance as we lifted the cup in front of our own fans. Seoul up next in the FA Cup final. This was about 2 weeks later from winning the title, and we put the sword to Seoul in this game. Cha In-ho with 2, Dusan Kanaki with 2, Sugaro Kaneko and Kim Jong-hoi getting the 6 goals that we scored on the day. Park Yang-ju getting Seoul's only goal. A 6-1 win, an emphatic final victory for us as we made it 3 FA Cups for Andres Salazar in a row. I think it's the 4th for Ulsan in a row. Just absolutely dominant in South Korea at the moment, Ulsan. So we went to we faced the Qatar Sports Club in the first leg at home, and we won 3-0. A very nice victory. Luis Barreto scoring a penalty after Ali Juma Al Binali brought down. I can't remember who it was exactly. I think it might have actually been Kanaki. And he was actually sent off for the tackle. It was a bit strange because he was out wide on the penalty in the penalty area, and the guy slid in. So I can only presume it's because of the severity of the tackle. Maybe but it was actually a penalty and a sending off. That gave us the advantage to take, or really gave us the initiative really, and we took advantage. Cha In-ho doubling the lead, Dusan Kanaki making it 3-0 in the end, and 1 foot in the final for us. Dijon up next in the league, and obviously we were already champions, so a little bit of a hangover on that one. But we still won 3-1. Cha In-ho, Luis Barreto with 2, Yang Kyun-ho getting 1 back late for Dijon. But in the end, that was the victory for us as we continued our league form. Next up, we went to Qatar for the second leg of the semi-final, and a 2-0 win gave us a very professional performance. Luis Barreto and Dusan Kanaki hitting Qatar on the counter as we won the game 2-0 and booked our place in the Champions League final for the third time in a row. Absolutely unprecedented achievement, really. Anyway, we won the first one. We sadly lost the second to Seoul, and you'll be finding out soon who we will be playing in that third final. So yeah, really looking forward to that game, hoping we can obviously pull off the victory. Next up was Seoul in the league, and we took a 2-0 lead. Satsuki Sasaki and Dusan Kanaki putting us 2-0 up, but then we squandered it. Second half, Seoul came out revitalised. On Jun Young and Iso Perez with 2, gave them the victory. A very nice recovery for them. I'm sure for them it will be a very nice a kind of shot in the arm that they managed to come back from 2 goals down against us to win. So yeah, a little bit of bragging rights for Seoul there, but in the end it was all already over in the league. And Pohang up next, and 2-0 lead, 2-0 win in the derby. Kim Jong-hoi and Luis Barreto getting the goals as we rounded off a nice 2-0 win. So as you can see, and you've probably seen, we will be playing Al Ain in the Champions League final. So yeah, a repeat of the first final, the one that we won. So that will be very interesting. I'll just go through the Champions League actually, so you can see kind of how it's all gone. So as you can see, Qatar defeated Al Jazeera to get through to the semi-finals. Ulsan defeated Sydney FC. Al Ain defeated Al Ittihad on away goals. Actually, very closely a very close tie there. It's a little bit strange actually, because as I can see there, Al Ittihad actually scored 2 away goals. So I don't really understand how Al Ain went through, but I guess that's makes some sense. I don't know. But Pohang versus Yokohama F. Marinos in a 2-0 win for Pohang, as they booked their place in the semi-finals for a very impressive run. So going into this, I was thinking we obviously would play Qatar, they would play Al Ain. I was thinking, well, it could be a derby final. It was not to be. Pohang actually leading from the first leg by 1-0. But then, it's in the second leg, we're not good enough to hold out against Al Ain. And they will not be in the final. They will not make it all South Korea derby final. And as you know, we beat Qatar to cement our place. South Korea, things haven't been going specifically to plan. I think last year left off, we just lost to Syria. We then bounced back with a very nice win against Algeria. Ji Dong-won and Ko Jae-young getting the goals in kind of Algeria touted as a much better side than us, so that was a nice win actually for us. Then an absolute aberration of a result. We lost 1-0 at home to Uzbekistan, 91st minute goal. Game we dominated, but a game we lost, and I just don't know why these things keep happening to us. But they keep happening over and over again. Went away to South Africa, touted as a difficult match, and we dominated again, but again lost to a 90th minute goal. And you come back to things and you think it's all about the concentration. It's it's a lack of goals up front, and the concentration defensively is not brilliant. So 2 poor results. We kind of turned it around a little bit against Turkmenistan. The interesting thing about this is this game was actually just played. It was played actually today, because it's the day before the Champions League final, which is ludicrous. So what I had to do, almost I guess this might have been viewed as a bit of creative managing. But presumably, if this were to ever happen, there would be all kinds of conspiracy theories thrown about. But I had to remove pretty much all the Ulsan players from the lineup, because at the end of the day, I can't afford to have like 6 or 7 of my starting lineup South Koreans, travelling back from Turkmenistan for the Champions League final. Again, absolutely ludicrous, scheduling of games. I don't think this has ever happened ever in especially when it's an AFC qualifier. I can understand it maybe if for whatever reason the AFC Cup was during a World Cup. Obviously nothing you can do about that. They'd have to move the Champions League, but this is an AFC qualifier. The same organisation that schedules the Champions League game games schedules the qualifying games. So what on earth is going on? Anyway, we won the game. Juju Young getting 3, Park Yun-suk getting 2, and Park Yang-ju getting the final goals, and a very impressive 6-0 win. And we're setting up a game against UAE. This is how the group stands at the moment. We probably are in a position where a win against the UAE will hopefully give us the impetus. If we can win that game, we should be through pretty much, barring then an aberration against Uzbekistan in the final game. The qualification rules are based on results between teams, so even then, a loss against Uzbekistan on the final day, even if we beat UAE, a loss against Uzbekistan would actually not be enough. So the way things might work is if Uzbekistan obviously beat Turkmenistan, which is probably what one would expect. I know that Turkmenistan have already beaten Uzbekistan 2-1 at home, so the game's in Uzbekistan next. Uzbekistan should win. If we lose, then obviously we'll be behind Uzbekistan going into the final game and needing a win away in Uzbekistan. So actually, although it looks like we're in a bit of a pole position, we're really not. We play UAE next. They're a good side. We're not that good a side, to be honest. If we beat them, then everything's fine. If we get a draw, then it's not the end of the world. If we lose and Uzbekistan win, then we really could be really up against it in terms of qualifying. And there's no doubt about it, if we don't qualify, that will be my final game as South Korea manager. I've not enjoyed managing them. I think our world ranking, if that's something I'm pretty sure you can see, you can normally track this by world rankings. You can see it's just dropped and dropped and dropped. I think I took over probably before this graph actually started, maybe 2004, and we were in 60 or something like 58, 59th. I think I took over sometime like this. We were like 60th, and look at the ranking. It's just dropped and dropped and dropped. Just don't seem to have the players, to be honest, and it's very disappointing in many respects. So there's not. Actually, what I'll do is I'll show you the selection info, and we'll go through the players. Is there something? No, that's the full team. Okay. So it looks peculiar from that. It just doesn't look like the team's big enough. But anyway, so Dusan Kanaki will be out for the Champions League final, it appears. He's now, so I think he's with Serbia or something. Barreto seems to be available. Sorry, I'm just now catching up with all this. Anyway, so we've got some players out. It's not going to be that fun, actually, this final. We have got a few injuries and whatnot. Anyway, so if you go to ratings, and Dusan Kanaki, 7.82 rating. Guy's been on absolutely insane form, 37 assists in a season and with 26 goals. It's an absolutely phenomenal return. I mean, that's basically, he's been involved in 63 goals he's either created or scored. That's an unbelievable achievement for a player. So that's really brilliant. Barreto, much more of a finisher, but he's been involved in 61 goals and scored 41 of them himself. Again, just phenomenal stats. Kim Jong-hoi from midfield, very good. He scored 18 goals this season, actually, which is a phenomenal achievement for a guy who plays in central midfield. 13 in the league, and very nice for him. Cha In-ho, again, he's been getting some very spectacular goals, 20-yarders and that. So he's been doing very well. As you can see, you can go down this and you can see the majority of the guys have been doing a standout job. So very happy with the way things are going there. Anyway, let's move on to this final. It's the AFC Champions League final. We are away for some reason. I think this is just how it tends to work. So we'll be picking the team. So Sasaki comes in for the. We need a few more guys actually to fill out that bench. And so we've got Sasaki, Sandra, and Barreto up front. It's really disappointing actually. Kanaki's going to miss out. Ko Ja-young, Kim Jong-hoi, Cha In-ho, Kim Sung-jae, Ahn Chul-ho, Kaneko, Lee Sang-yuk, and Jang Dong-won in goal. And that's how we're going to set up. We're going to go ahead with that. And Al Ain last time round, it was quite an easy well, it was an easy game, but we didn't score, so it made things more difficult when we had to win on penalties. So looking to win here in a normal time if we can. Always a difficult game playing these Middle Eastern teams. They've always got money. So we were favourites, so I'm going to go control. I'm going to slow down this to a nice pace, and let's get on with the game. So Champions League final, and Chai and Ho to Yuk, and that's the end of that highlight. So very big match here, third Champions League final. Can we make it 2 Champions Leagues in 3 years, which would be an absolutely fantastic achievement. But Al Ain now with the ball. Al Shehi to Spinelli. Al Shehi puts it in, comes to Mohamed on the edge of the box. Dragoni, oh, can he turn? He does, he shoots, he scores, and it's 1-0 to Al Ain. And Ulsan shocked there that he turned nicely on the ball, rifled it past the keeper, and Ulsan trail here. Lee Sang-yuk, Chai and Ho, it's Kaneko, the Japanese international. Chai and Ho looking for a pass, finds it in Sandro. Sandro looking for that threaded ball, finds Barreto. Barreto shoots, Barreto misses, couldn't get his foot round it to knock it past the keeper, ends up putting it wide, and that was a good chance. And Sasaki down to Chai and Ho. Kim Jong-hoi coming onto this, great save from the keeper, nicely worked corner there. And Sasaki out wide again. Chai and Ho back to Sasaki. Will he get there? He will. Chai and Ho shot is wayward. And after half an hour of the final, Al Ain still lead here. But Ulsan coming back into this. Dragoni for Al Ain. Al Balushi into the box. And away, Al Balushi. Back to Karmis. Karmis, Al Shehi with a little bit of space. Trapped by Barreto. Beautiful tackle from the striker as he now can break. And Barreto down the wing. Puts it inside to Hoi. Hoi to Young. Young's pass is poor and it goes back to Mohamed. And Mohamed was looking to deal with this, and he does. Al Shehi, Spinelli, and Rashid back to the keeper, Abdullah Rahman, who had a fantastic final 2 years ago. Giovanni, oh, it's forward. Dragoni, can he get his second of the finals? Oh, fantastic save from Jang Dong-won to keep Ulsan in this game. Al Ain almost in again, and the ball comes into the box. Oh, it's a mess in the middle of the box as a scramble to try and get it in, but in the end, Ulsan survive, and dangerous times at the moment for Ulsan as they trail 1-0 going in at half time, and this just won't do. It's not very good so far. Need to improve. And let's go. Giovanni to Al Sawaidi. No, he's not that out of play. That's not a very, very smart move. Should be at the end of the highlight anyway. So, very even game. Al Ain with that goal, giving them the lead. And not many highlights now at the moment. Yeah, 67 minutes. Bloody hell. Need to make some changes here. But don't have a lot on the bench, unfortunately. Let's bring on Park Hee-young. Let's bring on... No, that's all I've got, really. For now. Kim Jong-hoi puts it into the box. It's in there. Oh, it's in! It's rifled in! Ko Ja-young sticks a foot through it, and it's in the back of the net. Al Ain will be annoyed that they couldn't deal with the ball into the box. It's just a straight ball into the box, and Ulsan have equalised 15 minutes from time, keeping hope. But now Al Ain, Giovanni to Mohamed. Mohamed leases out to Barreto. Barreto down the wing, looking now to win it. Can they win it? Hoi, Chai and Ho. It's Hoi, Barreto. Barreto down the ball, brought down Spinelli, and that's a yellow card. And potentially another chance to put the ball into the box here from Hoi. He does. It's in! Oh! It's on. Chul Ho has got the winner, surely. For 7 minutes from time. Ulsan have completely changed this result, and it's the same ball into the box that Al Ain don't deal with, and Ulsan could be staring at a Champions League win again. And there's bellies on left. Dragoni can't miss. Oh, it's El Hamadi. El Hamadi has equalised in the 90th minute, and would you believe it, they just had to hold out for a couple more minutes and they just couldn't do it. And 2-2 in this final, and it looks like it's going to go again to extra time. These two teams are much more even final this time round, but the result is the same. It looks like we're going to extra time. So change things up here. It's always good to look at the penalty takers. What's this penalty stat? 9. Ko Jae-young 11. Hoon 9. Hoy's had a good game though, so I don't really want to take him off. We don't have any good centre backs. I think we just got to keep it as is. The players aren't suffering too much, so let's see how we go. Park Hee-young, Kim Jong-hoy forward, but that's going to be Carms's ball. And Al Ain kicked the ball up the field, headed away by Chul Ho. Scored a second goal. Hoy. Barreto, now can he break? Sandro looking for the pass, puts in Young. Good save by Abdullah Rahman. Young's shot was pretty much in the centre, but he probably should have done better. Barreto goes to Chai In-ho. Chai In-ho shoots! Brilliant save! Kim Jong-hoy, oh, he can't quite get it on target. But what a shot from Chai In-ho. He's known for those from range. And here we go again, Al Hamadi for Al Ain. And a great tackle from Young. And Hee-young, can he win it? No! Abdullah Rahman with a fantastic save to deny Ulsan at that third goal. And Barreto, Chai In-ho, oh, good save. Right, the keeper. But it's a very good game at the moment. And I think a substitution needs to be made here. Ko Jae-young's kind of suffering a bit. Kwon Chang-hoon to come on as we look to bring a little bit of freshness into the team. Biggest game of the season. It hangs in a knife edge. Mohamed to Giovanni. Giovanni inside to El Hamadi. Rashid out wide to Dragoni. Dragoni, he can probably see a pass here. He goes past. Oh, she slices it wide. He probably had better options in the box if he just squares that. But in the end, couldn't do it. And it's half time in extra time as we move into the second half. And it's been a fantastic final actually. Dragoni on the ball out wide, but that's the end of the highlight. And Kim Sung-jae now for Ulsan. Oh, that's a mistake! And it's letting Kwon Chang-hoon puts it inside. Oh, Kim Jong-hoy, what a save from Abdullah Rahman. He probably could have made sure by smashing it, but he tried to just nick it past the keeper. And in the end, that's an absolutely world-class save from Abdullah Rahman to put it past the post. Should have been a goal there. Ulsan know they probably should have won this. And this will again feed back to 2 years ago. They should have won it then, and they didn't. Will they be punished this time though? 1 minute left. Jang Don-won. It's a Sung-jae. Chai In-ho. Back to Sung-jae. Ball across. That's a very dangerous ball. Giovanni can pick this up. Giovanni to Saif Mohammed. Dragonian acres of space. Crosses. Mohammed! Oh, he scored! He scored! Jang Dong-won almost kept it out, but Saif Mohammed has won it for Al Ain. And that was so poor defensively from Ulsan. And this would be it. I can't believe there's any time left. Al Hamadi. Now, Spinelli. Dragoni. They're playing for time now. It's all but over here. And it's going to be heartbreak for Ulsan again. Unless they can get the ball back. Saif Mohammed, Spinelli, Dragoni, Mohammed, it's all over. Al Ain win it at the end. Last gasp. And disappointing. And in the end it was Kim Sung-jae with an aimless ball across the final third of Ulsan's half. Just so poor. so poor, and in the end, Ulsan are made to pay for not killing the game off when they could have had the chance there. So 3-2 to Al Ain, a fantastic final. Unfortunately, it is not going to be another Asian Champions League for Ulsan as Al Ain win it. If we go to the history, we can see that 3 finals for Ulsan, 2 of them unfortunately losses, and yeah, it's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, disappointing, but yeah, not much you can do about that. You know, and I think actually that's going to be my final game in management, or my final game in management, my final game for Ulsan. I mean, realistically, we've won the league. I know there's a few games left, but you know, what's the use in playing those out? There's better things to do. Yeah, so guys, this is going to be South Korea, and it's going to be the end of our tenure as manager of Ulsan. So in that time, just go to show. Well, not club history achievements. We won with Ulsan. You know, 3 FA Cups, 3 leagues, or K leagues, and 3 finals of the AFC Champions League. 1 win, a little bit disappointing. Reminds me of Benfica, who basically, you know, I think they've been to something like 8 or 9 Champions League finals, and I think they won 2, I think, ever. So one of those situations, really. If we look at the history of the club, they've now won the Champions League 3 times. It could have been 5. But is not, alas, not to be. K Leagues, they've now won 6. That includes 4 in a row in the K League. As you can, no, 3 in a row. Don't think it's counted this year's yet, I presume. Yeah, it's not counted this year's yet. Obviously, it is 4 in a row. We've already got credit for the win, for winning those titles. So I think, you know, it's time to actually resign our position as Ulsan manager. When, you know, I was potentially going to go to the end. If we'd won that final, there would have been obviously the Club World Championship. But since that's not going to happen, we will resign here as manager of Ulsan. And it's been it's with a heavy heart a little bit, because I've really enjoyed Ulsan, and I think we've built probably the best side in Asian football. You know, over the years, and you know, disappointing to obviously have to leave, but you know, that's the challenge. You know, you know, we could probably stay here, win probably a few more Champions Leagues, probably win the K League for a few years to come. But yeah, time to go, and that's it. We are now we've left the Ulsan. We can unsubscribe to all of this. And Leandro follows us out the door. This is the Brazilian coach, who you know, he's actually pretty good coach. If we go to this, we can see that there's only 1 job vacancy. So I'll remain as manager of South Korea for now. We'll obviously be looking for another job. In the meantime, I think the East Asian the East Asian Cup's coming up again, actually. It appears 83 days until it's played again. Must be yearly now. Anyway, so we've got that to come up. We've got the Asian Cup. No, what am I doing? We've got the Asian Cup, which will be in. That's still a year away. So if we do get through, or we do get through the qualifications, then I obviously will be staying with South Korea to manage that. But yeah, obviously we want to get it back into club football. We can now also, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the South Korean League, because that is now complete, and we can add in. I was thinking about this the other day. So Peru's already done. All the other small leagues in South America are done. Obviously Asia, we've got all the leagues added, and obviously in Africa. I think it's time for the United States, MLS. And after that, actually, I'm going to start doing a. So once we win another league, I'm going to allow Europe to be open for business, so to speak. And I think I'm going to add all the leagues that have never been loaded. and we'll basically do a random generator to see which league is loaded once we complete another. So that should make things a little bit more interesting in some respects. To see what league is loaded and where we potentially can go next. But yeah, guys. So in the end, we leave Ulsan as we're very, very successful. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite finish the job in the Champions League, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. Another Champions League final for you. I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like and leave a comment. And also subscribe to the channel to get the latest action as and when it's published. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.